Take it, take it, take it. I invite you to just breathe with me. Just breathe and just sit in stillness. Just forget about what happened in the day. Forget about what didn't happen in the day. And just chill, just vibe with me. Just vibe with me. Because I am here to vibe with you. And I did last time. It turned off on me, but I always bless my space. I always bless and cleanse myself. So know that anytime it is that you guys come on my vibration, that I'm here cleansing your guys' space too. So receive it. Oh, actually that way. Receive it or receive it. Do this. I don't know. How are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm vibing. I had a good day. I don't think I'll ever, no, I can't say I'll ever, I don't know. No, I won't, no. Because everything's conscious awareness, so, and perception. Even when things didn't exactly go the way that I wanted them to go, being controlling human beings that we are, I'm always going to say that I'm good and my day was good and everything is good and lovely and everything did work out the way it was meant to work out. Things don't always work out the way that we plan for them to work out, or the way that we figure it all out in our head, or we want to jot it down, or whatever the case is. They don't always work out that way. They don't. You can plan all day long, all night long. You can plan for months, you can plan for years. But whatever's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. Sometimes, yeah, that falls under however it is that you plan it. Sometimes it doesn't. I kind of want to say a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. Things will always happen in the ways that they're meant to happen. Always. And it's never going to happen by coincidence. It's never, there's no coincidences and there's no mistakes. I want to say for me, there's no such thing, because you ever have something happen to you that you, just exactly what I was saying, you wanted it to happen a different way, you planned for it, sometimes you even meditate on it, you really put a lot of focus and energy into whatever it is that you're planning for. And it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't end up happening, period. Or it happens a complete different way that you think is actually working against you. And you think it's actually, it's just, oh, life again. You have that thought in your head that says, or that thinks and believes that things are always happening to me. I always have bad luck. I always get the short end of the stick. Nothing ever goes my way. I'm not meant for a good life, or I'm good with the life I have. I'm complacent. I'm comfortable. When you know you want more, when you know that everything that I just said, it doesn't sit right. It doesn't, it's like you really are just getting comfortable with receiving the bare minimum of what we are meant to receive. And to get back on point too, the more you attract, or the more you continue thinking that exactly what I just said, all those things, all of the above and more, all of that energy that keeps us stuck in our mind, that keeps us stuck in life, because we're constantly thinking and feeling, and life keeps proving to us because we're feeling that way, and because we keep thinking it and we keep believing it and we just keep affirming it. You know, affirmations, we're constantly making affirmations. It's not just all these positive affirmations and whatever it is that you may purposely want to be affirming, but affirmations, they are when you tell yourself, I have bad luck. Things are never working out for me. Oh, I was already expecting that to happen. Something always has to happen and work against my favor. Whatever it is, all of that, guys, that's an affirmation, believe it or not. Whether you catch it consciously or not. That's all affirmations. And the more you continue telling yourself all of that and affirming to yourself, yeah, I have bad luck. Yeah, nothing ever goes my way. Or, no, I'm not meant to travel whenever I want, however I want, live life however it is that I would write my life out to be if I had the choice. Realize what it is that you're putting out into the universe, and realize how the universe answers back to you. You say you have bad luck, well, guess what? You're going to continue having bad luck because that's what you're putting out. So that's what the universe has to give you back. We're magnets. We are magnets, and whatever it is that is in our consciousness, and whatever it is that's in our subconsciousness, because we're not always aware of what it is that's going on in here that's blocking what we truly want to come. It's a matter of bringing the subconscious into the conscious. And just being mindful of what we're constantly telling ourselves, what we're constantly telling other people about ourselves. And another thing on that, the more you share with people, the more you share with others, realize that whatever it is that you're sharing with others, you're putting that and you're placing that energy in their mind. You're placing it in their mind and their heart and their soul and their spirit. Whether it's something as about a collective thing or it's something that's specifically happening with you. We don't really take time to really think about how much responsibility we're putting on others for sharing something about ourselves. Now, I know that's very vague, right? That's very vague, but in specific to this, when you go and you share and you express your feelings of however it is that you're feeling that the universe keeps proving to you because of whatever it is that you're affirming, when you go and you share it with someone else and you tell them, yeah, I never have good luck, or this stuff's always happening to me, honestly. I expected it. I was expecting it, so I prepared for what it was that I didn't want because I already know it's going to happen. Well, you're putting responsibility on that person. If they're not conscious of their own thoughts, well, they're going to start thinking of you exactly how you express to them that your life is. So now guess what? Now, not only are you creating your life, but now you have someone else helping you create whatever it is that you just told them. If they're not vibrating on a high frequency when you tell them and share, express whatever it is that you're feeling, and I'm not saying it's not valid. Our feelings are always valid based on whatever it is, whatever frequency we're vibrating on. There's no right or wrong. There really isn't any of that. But if that person that you're sharing this with, if they are not vibrating on a high frequency to catch it and say, hey, wait, realize what you're saying. You keep saying you have bad luck. You're going to continue receiving more situations to have bad luck in. Why? Because that's what you're attracting with your magnets. But if they're not vibrating on that, where they can't when they're not conscious and mindful of those thoughts that we have and those tricks that go on in our mind that we have the power to control. We have the power to control our entire life based on what's going on in here and how we're feeling in here and how much we're trusting what happens in our gut feeling when something doesn't feel right. We got 3 different brains working for us here. But what if we have all of them where they're completely out of control? I don't know what's going on in my, I can't pay attention to my intuition because your heart's always, you don't ever take a moment to just sit and breathe. Just sit down, put your phone to the side, and even just take 5 minutes. Take 2 minutes to yourself to just calm your heart space, to calm your mind and think about, what was I thinking about today? Half the time you don't even know, like it's just, for one, everyone's living, not everyone's living as a robot, but for the majority of people, they're living like robots, just going day by day, repeating the same day over and over and over and over. Our subconscious mind is just going and going and going. We're not even conscious of more than half of the things that we think, more than half of the things that we say, the conversations that we have with people. We're just having them and we're just letting them come and go, and we're not really taking time to even conversate with people where we are connecting on a deeper level, as opposed to just like, hi, bye, oh yeah, my day's chilling, yeah, I'm at work, and you, oh, okay, cool, like, and that's fine. But what I'm trying to get at is the fact that if you try to even think back to what really was going on in here in your day, throughout your day, you may not even know where to start. We're just letting our mind run free and wild and not. This is what we have to contain. This is what we have to control. This is what we need to have the key to. And we have it. But the question is, do you know you have it? Or are you letting someone else grab hold of the wheel and just take you wherever it is, that places you don't want to go, and just continue driving into a dark path? Instead of being like, you know what, all right, I'm gonna take the keys today. I'm gonna take the keys today. I'm gonna create my own limit of speed. I meant to say speed limit first, but where you literally, you control everything in that vehicle, because you're the driver. None of this where I'm sitting in the passenger and, yeah, I don't know what happened today, but it wasn't good. Why do we have to make life so hard? And I'm gonna say that over and over and over, because we make our lives so hard. I know before I became as mindful as I try to be now, before I started to reprogram my subconscious mind and really pay attention to the thoughts that I have throughout my day, by myself, around others, during conversations, after the conversations, while I'm driving, really just be present in my mind, be present in the moments, and not just let my mind drift away. And when it drifts, pay attention to where it's drifting to and how it's making me feel when it drifts. And if it doesn't make me feel right, all right, we're gonna drift another way. And it's as simple as that. But before I became as conscious as I try to be now, I made my life miserable. At least I thought it was miserable. I see now, everything always worked out for me. everything always worked out for me. Even when even me thinking back and it's like, wow, wow, I had bad luck. Something was always happening to me, not for me, to me. My finances were never in order either. I was always struggling. But it's because I think now back to that, to how my mind was working back then. I think, and now I dissect those thoughts, and it's like, okay. Now I'm understanding. So you're saying after A is B, really? It's like, it's that simple. It really is it's not sometimes that simple. It really just is that simple. And I know I don't want to make it sound like it really is that simple, even though it is. But the hard part is deciding that we're worth taking time to ourselves to think about how we felt throughout the day, and more deeper than that, okay, how did I feel today? Okay, I felt this during this situation. Why did it make me feel this way? I remember when this happened, when they said this during this conversation, and then it took me back to this time. I completely forgot about that time. But it just took me back to that situation. Why did it take me back to that situation? And how do I feel throughout my mind leaping back there? You know, it's these little things that we have to, I don't want to say you have to do it, no. But it's these little things that really help us figure out ourselves, figure out what's going on in here, and start to reprogram. Like, okay, I had this thought today, and you know, even think, what was my thought in regards to other people today? What was I thinking about other people today? And be honest with yourself. It's no one but you and God in your mind. Let's be mindful that it's only us and God in our mind. And anytime that it's any other voice interfering with that, you have this discernment to know. And just kick it out. Just kick it out. Like, no, I don't like what you just told me. I'm not gonna do that. Thank you. But no. It's that simple. But sometimes we just feed into these thoughts. We just feed in, and it's kind of like, once you start the roller coaster, and the roller coaster is all your feelings, it's your emotions, it's your complete thought process, right? Once you start that roller coaster and you're getting up there and you're catching that momentum, it's kind of hard to get out of it at that point. It's kind of hard. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, put a song on, or it's like you want to just like literally like say like all over again, close your ears and just la la la. Like, honestly, sometimes I do that because it's so hard. I've gotten myself so deep into a thought where it's like, oh, okay, oh my gosh, like, especially because I know I'm constantly creating my life. So you want to catch your thoughts and your feelings before you get to the tip of that roller coaster, right before it's about to dip. You want to catch them by figure out how those thoughts make you feel. That's the key to everything. How does it make you feel? You don't know how you're trying to figure someone out. For a certain situation, should I do this? Should I not do that? What's the best move? Figure it out. Figure out both of those situations, how they make you feel. The key is how we feel. We're humans. We feel. We came to experience all that there is here for us to experience. It's inevitable for us to experience it. But not everybody is experiencing it in a good way, where it feels alive. It feels, you're so high up there where you're looking down and it's like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful here. Some people are just looking down and it's like, damn, I could never get up there. No, you're lucky. You're lucky I don't have that type of luck. No, life doesn't work out like that for me. Well, sweetheart, that's why. Because look at what you're saying. Of course it's going to give you, the universe, God always gives us what we want. I said that wrong. And literally, need was in my mind. Need was in my mind, and I still said want. But you see how I caught that. And I'm always going to be making little mistakes. I'm always going to be making little mistakes, but I'm going to catch them. And if I don't catch them, I'm going to catch them later when I'm thinking, and it's like, hold on. I remember thinking that. And then I remember I said that word. And it's okay. I might have already sent the video, and it's okay. I don't have to even go and comment, oh, I said this, and I actually meant this. That's ego. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to say like, oh, later, 20 minutes after I caught myself, I caught it, guys, I caught it. Like, who cares? Who cares? We're human. I'm human. I'm gonna mess up on my words. I'm gonna add an extra word here. I'm gonna make up a word just because that's just what I like to do, and just live, not take everything so seriously. But the key there was being mindful about it, catching it, not just letting myself just talk and say, and I mean, a lot of what me just channeling is just channeling whatever comes, yes, but I'm still aware of everything that it is that's coming in and where it is that it's coming in from. For one, I have to have my mind calm. I have to have myself here calm, to feel my heartbeat. Regulating my breath to match the beat of my heart. All of these things have to be balanced. I can't be all chaotic and expect to be guided in the right direction. I'm not going to be able to listen and pay attention or know and feel where it is that's right for me to go at that time. But we also have to understand, and life gets easier when we understand this, that even when things aren't happening the way that we want them to happen, they're gonna happen the way that we need them to happen. And we might not always, most of the time, we really don't understand why. We don't, at that moment in time, we don't understand why it happens. It happens a few seconds after that to even years after that, where we realize like, oh my gosh, now I get it. Now I get it, God, why you had this happen the way it did instead of the way that I planned for it. Chill, dude, chill. Sorry. Chill. Where's Noah? So Shelby just kept barking. See, this is one of the things that I could get super mad right now, frustrated, annoyed, delete the entire video, not post anything, just be mad, just be upset and bothered, and be stuck on like that nasty energy. Or instead I could just, just breathe and just, things happen. We also have to get that things happen sometimes, and it's okay. That was a little thing. It's not one of those things where later I'm gonna find out why it happened. No, it's just something that I have to accept Shelby started barking for whatever reason because she heard Noah. Why did that happen? I don't know, you know. He was literally like, he does the same thing he does every day and comes out of that little box, makes the same little noise, and all of a sudden Shelby barks. Why did that happen? I don't know. Maybe just to test me. Or maybe some energy just wanting to interfere. But I'm not gonna let it interfere. I'm not gonna let it disturb my peace. I'm just not. But I'm just letting go and allowing whatever it is. Like, that's perfect. I didn't plan for that to happen. Now I have to, you know, put 2 videos together however I can, you know, and work with what I have. But it's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna start saying, oh, I have bad luck. No, something's always happening. Something's always happening to me. No, I'm not gonna create more momentum with any of that. Just like, you know what? Perfect thing is I could just make another video and put them together. Simple as that. Why let it ruin my night? Why let it have me bring trauma on Shelby too for getting upset at her? Have an ego trip, have a mental trip, instead of it just letting it be whatever it is. And know that these things are gonna happen in life. They're gonna happen. They're always gonna happen. I'm not saying life's not gonna happen. But it's what we make out of it. It's how we see things. If I see that as a negative, or I see it as another possibility where it's like, look, I'm just letting you know now, these things are gonna happen in my videos. And that's life. That's what happens when you have pets. That's what happens when you have kids. These things are gonna happen, but I'm not gonna, you know, it's what we do with it that matters. Everything is choice. Everything is choice. Everything is decision. I mean, well, yeah. But everything is perception, how we decide to see things. This is a decision we make of the choice to see or not to see. To believe in something or not to believe in it. To feel something or choose not to feel it and just ignore it. Like when our intuition's talking and letting us know, just let it go. Just let go of the situation and let go of how it happens. Let go of why it happens. Let go of in what way it happens. Let go of the time frame. Let go of all of that. And just allow it to unfold for you naturally. And you'll realize that when you do that, it's even better than you could even have planned it yourself. Because the way God creates, we know it's out of this world. It's out of this world, and God is never gonna help us with one of our creations to be something that is gonna leave us in the dark. We may walk through the dark. How long we stay there is our choice. That darkness might even be a shortcut. But if you get stuck in the dark mind frame, you're gonna be stuck there a lot longer than you need to be. Instead of just, okay, all right, I'm feeling this right now. I'm feeling these dark energies right now. You know, even when you do feel, like I'm saying, when you do feel low and you feel like, you know, the situation is hard and it's heavy because life. You'll always be able to find a reason why you should keep going and why you shouldn't just end there. Oh, yep, this is life. This is life. Life, bad luck. Bad things are always happening to me. We don't have to stay there. We do not have to stay there, and we aren't meant to stay there. You're welcome to stay there as long as you want. But what beauty is it for us to be living here in this life and live it the way that we want to live it, and not try to control too much, and not try to plan out down too much, down to super detailed things. Make it harder for the universe to align things for us. But why not, create our life in a general way where we leave room for whatever it is that God wants to bring in. And we don't struggle with it when it happens. When something happens, it's for a reason. It's always for a reason. And, we can get lost in trying to figure out, okay, why? All right, it happened for a reason, so why? That's creating a whole lot more stagnation too. That's trying to control as well. Like, all right, I gotta know why. Let it come to you. Within time. Give time. Give time. And time doesn't... I know time exists. But time doesn't really exist. Time's very linear. You go somewhere in a different country and it's a different time. You look at the Mayan calendar and it's a different time. You go back in time and it was a different time for them as far as how they related time. Time is just here for us to know, okay, I did this day. Last year was last year, to just be able to, have some order in our life and our events, and be able to point out different dates and this and that, but time doesn't truly exist. So the more time you give time, sometimes it could happen the next day because you let go of the rope, trying to play tug-of-war with God, trying to play tug-of-war with the universe. No, I want it this way. But just let go. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen smoothly, I promise you. And there you are, just fighting, creating more resistance. No, I don't want to give it time. A month is too long. Next week, that's too long. Or here we are, trying to figure out these things in our head, like, okay, my birthday lands this day, this holiday's this day, like it has to happen between here, because if not, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, why not just let go? God, I know when the time is right. You're gonna place it right in front of me. I'm gonna know it. I'm gonna know the time's right. It's inevitable for things to happen. And I know that everything's always happening for me. Everything's always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Get that in your mind. Get it stuck in your mind. Make it a habit to always remind yourself, everything is always working out for me. And when you think something's not working out for you, everything is always working out for me. This happened this way, okay. I would have, in my little mind, I would have wanted it to happen this way, but you know what? Okay, it's happening for a reason. Okay, it's happening because it's meant to work out for me this way and not the other way. You see, everything is just how we think of things, how we see it. We have to look beyond here, because if we're too stuck on what we see with these eyes, then we're not going to be able to see beyond whatever God's seeing. We've got to tune in right here. Open that third eye. Awaken that vision you have there. that dormant energy just waiting in your roots, in your root chakra, to rise and to literally just shed all of the light that you have within you. For your aura to glow. For you within your eyes to glow. We're meant to have a beautiful life. But, you know, that also includes having those moments that aren't so beautiful. Because we need them. You need those beautiful moments. You need those not so beautiful moments to realize when something really is beautiful. I wouldn't be so grateful and so appreciative and so in tune with who I am now had I not gone through all of my lows. My mindset of just thinking that life was not working out for me in any way. But now I realize it was. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my hardest times. I'm so grateful for my hardest times, and there's still a lot of healing I'm doing, and life is all about healing. But without everything that didn't happen the way that I thought I wanted it to happen, without God having stepped in and had it work out the way that it ended up working out, in ways I would have never planned for myself, had that not happened, I don't even know who I would be today. I sure would not be thinking the way I do now. And it's my hardest battles that I'm the most grateful for. I trust the universe now. I trust God so much, so much. Literally, blindly trust God. I trust God. Blindly. And I know, and I always remind myself when I want to get tested, to lose my patience, to lose my cool, to lose my peace, to lose my love. Not lose, because you can never, we are love. We can hide it, we can stuff it. I choose to see the beauty in everything, to realize that whatever's not happening the way that I want it to happen is because it's happening in a way that I need it to. And for that, I only let go of the wheel for God to take over. And I'm right there sitting right on top of God. God gives us full control. God gives us full control. But my control is God's control. Because I know that no matter what it is that I think I want, God's always gonna give me what I really want, even if I'm not conscious about it yet. So next time life wants to throw you one, don't let it knock you down. See how you're feeling about it. If it makes you feel good, how you're thinking about the situation. And if it makes you feel bad how you're thinking about the situation, change it. Just change it. catch it before it creates so much momentum where it's hard, where it's a little hard for you to slow down those thoughts. Do things that make you happy. Go out and take a walk in the park. Go take a walk and listen to nature. That always helps me clear my minds and remind myself that everything is always working out for me. So my friends, remember, and remember it when you don't want to remember it most, that everything is always working out for you. I love you guys. I send you my love always. Cindy de Usalua here for you guys, here for myself, and I'm here for God. Remember, remember, remember that things are always working out for you. Till next time.